What's going on, everybody? I'm CaptainRoBear, and this is Baldur's Gate, episode 47.
Ooh.
What's up?
Yeah.
47.
47.
47. Is there a good 47 joke? I don't know one.
I don't.
What's the meaning of life? That's 42. We got nothing for 47.
We missed the meaning of
We
life.
got nothing, man.
46 and 7, 46 and 7. That's all I got for you.
Agent 47. Agent 47, come in.
Everybody actually sounds a little quiet right now at the
We
moment.
all just
You're
very,
quiet.
very
Well, then.
gentle
You're loud.
lambs this evening.
I don't know. Maybe I am quiet.
You know, this is just one of those Wednesdays where life has kicked the ever-living out of you.
Yeah.
Feeling it.
Yeah.
But now we're here. So you know what? Life.
I had a snow day.
Feel this.
I'm
Ugh, I remember snow days.
no, hey, I feel bad for the kids. They don't get snow days anymore. They get what do they have a fancy government name for it, of like out of school education. And they've got a crazy acronym. They have to get on their fucking they have to get on their shitty Chromebook.
Poor kiddos.
Brutal.
That's the downside of all that distance education from COVID now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it doesn't matter if we're at school. We could still learn.
It's true.
Dude,
Everyone keeps going.
I would so fail in this system. No way. Not a chance. Like, I'm back at home, be like, peace. I'm over here. I'm halfway through Dragon Warrior.
You stream. Online is part of your job. You should be good at this. Hold on here.
No, I wouldn't want to do anything. I would be doing something way cooler and learning something else that I was interested in than whatever they were babbling about.
Oh,
Like
breaks a teacher's heart.
Well, you got to remember, I went to
getting to know each other.
going to school in the impoverished part of the Midwest, Upper South, is disciplinary all the way up till you graduate. It's you're still focusing on acting up and showing up to school the entire time, so you don't actually miss anything if you show up and don't cause a ruckus. Half my education was my head down on my desk.
Oh my god.
Just going, well, this, I hope this ends. No, we're calling the principal. Okay, well, that's another 45. I'm either too tired to read my book, but my desk is cold, so I'm going to put my forehead on it because we don't have air conditioning.
gonna cool me off.
My old 7th grade building is now a retirement home, and that terrifies me because that thing was like falling apart when I went there.
Well, it's foreshadowing, isn't it?
Spend your last years in L.J. Schultz. Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you guys. You guys have been popping off all day over in the channel. Welcome all you new folks. People that are getting to do the live show for the first time. Welcome to our shenanigans. We appreciate each and every one of you. We especially appreciate Voodoo Ranger for coming in on that sponsorship this year. And if you guys haven't seen in the Hoppy Pack right now, one of my all-time favorites, 7.7% Starship IPA, not for the faint at heart. One of the big bold boys, and coincidentally, the last beer I was drinking when I saw Adam in person the last time. You believe that?
Cool. Memories.
Aw.
Memories.
The Voodoo Lounge was pumping at PAX East so yonder ago. I haven't had this beer since then. So let's see. Yep. It's delicious. Just like I thought.
It's like we're in the same room again.
I mean, this is about as close as it gets, right?
Yeah, true.
I'll take it. Bank it. It's all our lovely patrons, especially our sponsors, Shy Flames, West Wolf, Shabby, and the OG for namesake. Thank you guys for greasing this wheel and supporting us for as long and healthfully as you have. Thanks to all the $25 donors out there getting the extra lore and the behind the scenes, and my $10 and $5 thank you guys so much. You're keeping this operation going, keeping the map packs up. I appreciate you, and we're getting some cool ones coming in right now. I really feel our map makers, I don't know about you guys over at D20 Deathmatch, but it was kind of slow November through December. Wasn't a whole lot going on there, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh, look at all these exotic locations I would like to go to.
I pretty much, they pretty much post a new map every week at this point, and I just use a new map every week.
It's perfect.
It goes to my email, and I was like, yep, that's the one we're using.
Yeah. Now, I'm enjoying the golden age of D&D maps right now. It's so good. You did not have this a couple of years ago, and now it is just like anything that you can dream up. Fantastic.
Boom. Beauty, art, all on one page.
Question for everybody else out in the audience: can you hear our participants over the music? And I know we just died, so that doesn't give you a good that doesn't give you a good adjustment, but you know, I'm gonna give you a little ambient music. Want to make sure that you guys are hearing a good balance out there. I can but I have great hearing. That's the most chat shit I've ever seen, Zero.
I have the ears of a bat and the heart of a lion.
That doesn't sound normal.
And the dick of a, I don't know.
Oh, hey,
Manticore.
Hey.
Manticore.
Cool. All right, we're hitting the mark. Well, we're using, as you guys know, we've switched over to Ping, which is available for everyone. And that's what's providing all the crispy frames, but we're using their audio now as well. So we just want to make sure, a little bit different system. Want to make sure you guys get the same quality experience. I'm assuming you guys are seeing a wonderful rendition of OBS right now in clearer frames than usual. Excellent. Announcements, let her rip.
D20 Deathmatch Sunday. We have a continuation of our initial one shot, The Fate of the Arbiter. So we have another one shot on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So in the afternoon this time, continuing on the one shot from The Fate of the Arbiter. Since Caustic will be otherwise busy that day. Also, if you want to see me cast some Halo Infinite, I'll be casting on the Navy MWR channel, which is on the front page of Twitch every time we do it. Over the next 2 weeks, I'll be casting Halo for the Navy over there. So if you want to check that out, come over and watch some Halo, but definitely D20 Deathmatch on Sunday.
Yeah, actually, to piggyback, it's early because Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be over on Phoenix Waukie's channel for some charity D&D. We're actually doing a charity stream that's going all weekend for Jasper's Game Day, which is a fantastic organization focused on suicide prevention. I love actually their little saying that they've got on their website. It's a clear mission, essentially to save everyone and that everyone rolls a 20 and no one is left behind. It's such a fantastic idea and I'm so excited. So Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Love it. Got all the D&D on Sunday. Let's go. All right, guys, I've went ahead and I have adjusted. I've set for anybody that bought stream loot packs today. I have adjusted our meter. If you guys get up to 25 packs purchased, everybody in chat gets a +1 to their roll. And because you guys have been so after it, I've been increasing that goal to 50 after you guys reach reach that goal, which has happened like almost every freaking day. And I give chat another +1, so you can get up to additional +2 if you so wish. So you guys got 12 of the 25 packs right now. And I appreciate that. If you guys don't know how to use the stream loots, !loots in the chat will get you where to be. All these wonderful cards help support me as a creator, and you guys can join along in the fun and give the different characters all boons to help them. At the end of the day, they still have to roll the dice and they have the agency to play the cards whenever they wish. We appreciate you guys supporting us. If you have any questions out there, please ask a community member and they will help direct you better than my verbiage could ever do. I think it's time to pick up where we left off last week. Adventuring into the Feywild once again. This time, because of the Fern and Folly Society and Asher's status as a fellow. Hopping through that Fey portal, we were able to meet up with some old friends. Perry and a rambunctious band of fairies living in a tall tree city. You guys were able to hang out in the beer garden, catch up with old war stories, and also ascertain some information for your goal. Where to find the Crimson Bulb. After a challenge and arm wrestling contest that left in a stalemate, you were able to get your drink on and reveal the location. As you took your skate sails and headed down one of the many tree tunnels, with Perry taking you to the exact location of what you didn't know at that point was an archfey and their lair of the Crimson Bulb, not yet seasoned and time to pick. You were forced with the scenario of being trapped and entombed somewhere inside the Fey until this damn thing bloomed. Unwilling to become plant food, you all came up with your own reasoning to provide gifts. Something to help the Crimson Bulb along. After everyone offering up what they could and Josiah struggling, Jinrid came through with a band of Fey hogs that knew that only could last so long, while everyone else producing material gifts that would suit them. You were set at the buffet of Myrith, presented in form of a small black cat, but knowing somewhere underneath the illusion of this, there's a much stronger archfey. You guys wanted to get the hell out. And knowing these hogs would eventually dissipate and not provide nourishment, it took Gitzi reaching into the bag of magical beans, chucking them and creating several hippogriffs and vines. You guys were able to race your way out, but only thanks to the entire party's aid and Aelun's finishing blow were you able to crack that energy wall and escape. After what appeared to be a corrupted treant began battling with the archfey. After a dismount on hippogriffs and Aelun safe on his, we pick back up, gliding inside that tree tunnel, headed back to the safety of Perry's village. Finally able to see a little bit of light through the end of this tree tunnel. This is a chance to enjoy yourself in the ride on the back of these hippogriffs. Take in the sights and sounds. You are free to RP on the back of your hippogriff.
Faster, faster, faster.
We don't have to now. We've made it out. It's not chasing us.
Yeah, I don't care about being chased. I want to go faster.
Where are you even going to go?
It is not about the destination. It is about the journey. Because he kicks the hippogriff some more.
Well, before we go into something dangerous, we should figure it out, right? Asher, do you know where we should go?
Oh, we should go back to Perry in the treetop for now, and then talk about what happened, and then get back to Baldur's Gate. Aelun, you have the flower, right? Petal?
Do I have the petal? Do I have the petal? Just search through his pockets to see if he still has it. I'm sure that I have it here somewhere. It's probably in a bucket or something.
Okay, well, we'll check when we get to the treetop. You can slow down. We're kind of all still going at the same pace. You keep speeding up and then slowing down and then speeding up and then slowing down.
I'm only slowing down because you keep talking to me. You're not letting me go. Do you want this petal to get delivered or not?
We all go together to deliver the petal.
What does that matter? What do you need? We don't need 5 people to deliver one petal.
We have to deliver it back to the Fern and Folly Society in Baldur's Gate, which means we have to travel there together.
Technically only you had to.
Yeah, but what am I gonna leave you guys here?
No, you're not going to. But maybe if we take a moment and perch. Gitzi's going to look around for a gathering of trees that might be able to hold this coupling of hippogriffs. Maybe go insight check or something?
No, perception check.
Perception, okay. $14.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to find a little grouping of tangled roots where you can you can get them to perch and not feel uncomfortable. Just enough spot to take a small respite.
Perfect. We're all going to stop over there. And Gitzi's going to lead her hippogriff in that direction. Trying to call towards the other hippogriffs to also follow suit as well.
All depends if everybody else is in charge of their own hippogriff.
I mean, I created them, so I don't know. Maybe not.
They're all independently riding them, so it's up to the players.
I said, why are you slowing down? Why are you stopping?
Powwow.
What does that even mean? It doesn't even... Aelun pulls over with his hippogriff.
Hey, Jen, why the hell are they slowing down?
He doesn't know.
What?
Gitzi and Aelun and Asher, they're slowing down.
I'm sorry, I was focused on the light. I don't know, what's a pull over? Maybe somebody's got a piss. I don't know. Jen's headed over towards Gitzi and the rest of the hippogriffs.
Go with y'all.
Aelun lands next to Gitzi. Why are we stopping? What are you doing?
Well, I assumed we're going to need to figure out where we're heading, right?
But, we're just going back to Baldur's Gate, so whatever way that is.
Well, we just flew out of the one thing. First of all, you don't just fly your way to Baldur's Gate, I assume.
Oh, no,
Asher, please
take
provide some guidance.
A portal or some plane shift or something like that, yeah.
But isn't all that at the top of this tunnel?
Well, at the top of this tunnel is the beer garden.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Which is Perry's domain, where we can go and have a recreational drink or two, and then we can, my best bet is to head back to where we entered, which is that clearing, and go from there.
How is it just like a portal and we go through it again?
I'm not really sure on the details of that, if I'm being honest. We walked on a bunch of naked people and then went through the dream realm and then got here. So
when we go to Perry's, then we also probably would like to see if maybe he has some insight in case that portal.
Yeah, Perry's probably not going to know about the specifics of that, although I have seen Perry naked multiple times.
So we walk across his naked ass into a portal, maybe.
That's
as much as he may enjoy that, probably not. I think that if we head back there, or I could attempt to dreamwalk us back. I've been reading this book of dreams that has capabilities like that, but it's kind of out of my reach. And also because we're in the Fae, and that's the material plane, it's not the same plane of existence. So what I want to do won't necessarily work. So I'm not fully 100% sure, but I feel like if we go back to that clearing, there's got to be something there. Or I'm just gonna have to dreamwalk us back, or try to.
Didn't you come through a portal from the Fae to the before? Why can't you just open a portal?
I would love to say that that was me that was able to make a planar gate as easy as that, but that was an Archfey. That was Chikios who did that. Well, actually, technically, it was the demons who did it, and I just followed them through it.
So before we go back, are you wanting to do that? I mean, this is our chance for any detours, right? Because it's hard to get over here.
Yes, it is, but I don't know. It's the thing about Chikios is typical of any Archfey, I guess. I mean, well, I guess that's not true to say Archfeys are anything but typical. They basically do whatever they want, whenever they want, wherever they want in the Feywild. And so if they want to be seen or they want to have a conversation, you just know. You just find out. They just show up and they're like, hey, it's time to go. Or they'll send a messenger or a spell or something like that. And so anytime that I've corresponded with Chikios, for the most part, it's just been like, you know, let's grab some tea. And just like, there, you know, that was that. And, you know, okay, we're grabbing tea. It's a little strange that I haven't heard from him or talked to him. I'm a little worried, but also Archfays will do what they do when they do.
Have you tried writing him a letter or something, or you know?
I mean, I've reached out and I've tried to contact him, but I haven't really heard anything yet. So we're just kind of waiting.
Oh, no worries. I think I misunderstood. So, as long as we've crossed all of our T's and dotted our I's, I suppose we could just get out of here then and help us all deliver this particular flower and call it a day.
I mean, yeah. Unless there's anything else you guys wanted to do here.
No, honestly, this whole place has been rather exhausting since the moment we got here. Oh. I'm ready for a nap, to be honest, if I really wanted something.
Come on, Gitzi, you know you're getting a taste for Fey fruit.
We could take a night here, relax, and then leave in the morning if you'd like, but I don't know what that'll do for the timeline on the other side. Time is weird.
That's true. The journey is no different for me as to where we stay. Ideally, of course, there's comfort in where you are. I don't know about any of the safety here, and everything here appears to want to be dangerous or strange.
Yeah, we'll
or
be fine in
auctioned
Perry's.
off.
We'll be fine in Perry's village.
Well, I almost had to have a strange dinner with a stranger, so I'm not sure about that one, dear.
You can always still take him up on that dinner. You might make a friend. You never know.
Yes. Well, you know, there's nothing that can ruin a meal more than a terrible company.
I mean, how many meals have you had with me, Gitzi?
Yes, and surprisingly, the amount of cat hair that's gotten into my food is surprisingly less than what I thought it would be.
I brush. I try not to shed. Give you a little wank.
Don't you mostly complain about Rook? Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Don't look at me. I don't care. He's kind of a dick.
So, do we get to keep these bad boys? Because this thing's freaking sweet. I'm going to lean over and give my hippogriff some scruffs in between its antlers.
Well, I don't think they'll go very far past the Fae. I've not seen many of them, I don't think I've ever seen any of them outside of here, but...
Well, what's to say they can't? There's a Displacer Beast cub back at the Fernan Folly Society.
Technically, that's like a pocket dimension. It's like another plane. You know, Baldur's Gate is pretty strict on travel and creatures and things like that in the inner city.
I think they are specifically against horses.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
They didn't want us having that, so probably something as large as these beauties would be quite a ruckus in the main city.
But we're making some good money. Maybe we could start like an Airy, and then like, you know, they can take care of them over at Fern and Folly, and you know they're there. Then we can use them like when we need them.
You want to hire our employer to take care of something?
No. See, we spin it. This is science, Gitzi. Look,
I don't think you know what science is, dear. It's
I produced the Ori, and I put my hands on my hips. Gitzi. I'm a man of science these days.
She's gonna look over at Josiah. What does he mean?
I'm here for it. I think it's a great idea. He's saying lots of fancy words, and look at that conviction.
I haven't bet on anything. I haven't used any of my dice. I haven't made predictions. Mm-hmm. What do you want from me? All I'm saying is that these could be used as a little bit of barter. They're interested in all things Fae. We have a majestic Fae beast.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Plus, I think it would be useful. I mean, one, I think the Fern and Folly would be ecstatic to have creatures as amazing and rare as this directly from the Fae. And I think there might even be a bonus for us, because I don't know about you, but I have a whole bunch of magical items I'd love to open up.
Oh, hold on now. I'm a little concerned that these poor hatchlings that just came out, were going to, hand them over to a group that we barely know, who you initially thought were going to have us be doing illegal
You were about
trafficking.
to leave them in the Fae, so don't act like you got some moral ground. You were just going to let them go.
It's their natural habitat. Wouldn't
They
it
came
be
from
better?
beans.
Well,
Gitzi, you ever have a pet and then decide you don't want that pet and just take it out to the jungle and let it go? Because that's its natural habitat.
I hardly
it's gonna
count
die
this as a pet, and also you all are asking to leave them to a bunch of strangers.
It will take absolutely godly good care of them. You see how happy that displacement beast was?
One creature. You all are by far much more trusting than I ever would. Perhaps I've dealt with much darker realms than many of you.
Ignorance isn't better than the trust that we have. They're just two different paths.
I have a middle ground, maybe. If you all trust and like and enjoyed Perry's company, Perry would be ecstatic and thrilled to have a bunch of hippogriffs. And as a show of good faith and camaraderie and companionship, maybe we could say, hey, these can be under your care for your needs and use. Just whenever we pop back into the Feywild, we may need access to them if we have to do some major traveling.
They would get more exercise over here. And then we'd have some transportation.
Asher, that is a brilliant idea. I accept that. I just want to make sure they're taken care of, and Perry seems to be at least...
Look, give it like 4 weeks, and they're going to have a whole circuit ready to go. I mean, they're going to be racing these things, taking care of them, feeding them, the whole 9 yards. You don't understand. They take it very serious. They treat creatures like royalty when it comes to that. Did you see all the foxes?
That's true.
Yeah.
This I trust. At least there's more proof, and you've known Perry for a very long time.
Yeah. You're going to have the best home.
Yeah.
I don't really see what the big deal is. I mean, how rare could they be? There's like 5 of them right here.
When was the last time that you saw a bird with antlers?
I'm not saying that I have seen them. I'm just saying there's 5 of them. So, you know, going by the numbers, they can't be that rare, you know?
I spent an entire summer grinding in World of Warcraft in a zone just to get this mount.
Well, what do you want me to say? Maybe you just have to buy more Pokemon card packs.
I could go for a game of cards.
Look, there's spells that I can learn that I've been studying that can help us check in if need be. Now that we're having some planar conversations. Yeah, absolutely. There's a spell in here that allows me to actually visually check in on creatures or individuals. I haven't quite learned it yet, but it's called scrying. And then there's also a spell out there called sending, where you can send a message to anybody from any plane. There's the old plane shift, but that's I'm not ready for that yet.
We can check up on him. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you. I appreciate you listening to the concerns.
Well, I'm not, I understand, these are majestic, beautiful, exotic, rare creatures. And they need a good home, and I couldn't think of a better place where they'll be able to be as free as they can be, to be able to roam around and treated like royalty.
And that you can check up on them.
Yeah. Hey, I can check up on them. They might get a lot of alcohol, but,
That's not necessarily great, but I'm sure that I didn't see a bunch of drunk foxes, so I'm okay with it.
That was mostly a joke.
Okay. Sorry.
Right. Right. Your humor.
Just with the amount of feathers that they molt that we can bring back, they're going to go crazy for them.
Yep. And when they start bucking with their antlers, if any antlers fall off, these are even rare. Same with talons or anything else.
I've never even processed getting antlers from a hippogriff before. This is the coolest day ever.
Yep.
This is awesome.
The only reason I know that is because I read it in a book. This is the first time I think I've seen one up close. They're very rare. So he's not wrong. We bring back some feathers, they're going to freak out.
Again, I think that you and I have different definitions of rare, but it's whatever.
Fair enough.
I mean, Aelun, it's always what somebody else is willing to pay for, right?
I guess, but if you brought me 5 hippogriffs, what's the big deal? Why would I pay for those? There's 4 more I can get.
Okay. I want 4 more hippogriffs, Aelun.
I'm not saying I have 4 more. I'm just saying you could probably get them.
No, you said you could get me 4 more hippogriffs.
No. The problem was if you tried to sell me one, I would say, no. I don't, if it's not an agreeable price, there's 4 more I can buy. It's not that rare.
I think you're backtracking, my man.
No, I think you weren't listening.
Always a trip.
Aelun, what if these were the only hippogriffs in existence and they just so happen to be all 5 here? Would you still say they're rare?
Do you think that all 5 of them exist in one bean? And that is it? There's like how many beans have you seen?
Okay,
there are so many beans out there.
Do you think that hippogriffs only come from the magic bean?
No, I mean, so far, yes. Where else would they come from? And there's like 1 billion beans.
With one bean.
That's sound logic. I can't argue with that.
Loves another bean.
This bean.
2 beans in a pot, am I right?
There's black beans, there's pinto beans, there's kidney beans, all sorts of beans, green beans.
Hippogriff beans?
I'm pretty sure they're all hippogriff beans.
Yeah.
If you can find us the hippogriff bean bush, we'll be in business. No, this wasn't bad. We can get used to this. This is good money, guys.
I feel like on the flip side of things, we should probably talk about the treant in the room. It's one thing to get into an altercation with an archfey. It's another thing to get into an altercation with an archfey and live. And it's an entirely separate thing to spawn a corrupted treant from places unknown that is strong enough to battle said archfey in their lair. And I think we need to be very careful of that. And if I can get a hold of Chikios, I should probably let him know. Because pissing off an archfey is one thing, and that's already problematic enough, just based on the sheer power they have. But also, that treant and what happened and how things happened is not great. And there's a defense of us not wanting to be food, plant food, 100%. There's nothing wrong with that. That was survival. However, Archfays are incredibly powerful. I don't think it's strong enough to overtake it, but I also have no idea where that thing came from or what it's capable of doing. But a bad, like corrupted, crazy Archfey or a dead Archfey, that has a lot of repercussions. Massive implications. So I think everybody just needs to be made aware of what actually just transpired.
Are you telling us we should be afraid?
He's telling us we should shut up when we're drinking about any thing that might have happened after we left, because we don't know about what happened in the chamber after we left.
Until we can figure out more, probably a good idea.
Would that put Perry, especially being so close, at risk?
I don't know. Something about this trunk is weird. I don't think we just went down the tree and it was right there. I feel like there's some magical property to this tree, because we ended up in a place that didn't seem very like, oh, it's just like out of this super rare Archfey Crimson Bulb. It just happens to be right at the trunk of this tree. I'm pretty sure there was some magic at play.
Fair enough.
Roll an Arcana check.
22.
22. You're pretty comfortable in the fact that there's some tree stride going on here in a very vertical way that got you far across from the Fae. So Perry actually doesn't live anywhere near where we're at right now.
Yeah. So I think we continue this way. We envision the beer garden. This is more or less just it's kind of like the dream plane that we walked through to get here. Consider it kind of that space of travel. So we just need to progress forward, envision the beer garden and Perry in that place, and we'll go there. And it's very, very, my assumption is very, very far away. Just based on the topography and the slight weather temperature differentiation, all that kind of stuff kind of factors into it.
Asher, first time Fae tree strider, long time listener. If we're just envisioning where we're going and we're riding through this thing, why don't we envision our happy asses back to Baldur's Gate?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think that absolutely could work, but it's very rude to just leave unannounced on a friend who's offered you advice and help and support. And also, we need to make sure we found a specific tree that we could go back through to Baldur's Gate. And also, since this is their tree, it's correct to ask for permission.
That's what I was asking.
Plus,
because
also, I don't know if it works fully that way.
Well, who wrote all these rules? Is there like a mayor or something of this place?
Yeah, did you read the pamphlet?
Arcane. It's magic.
Yes, of course I read the pamphlet.
You didn't read the pamphlet. You can't read.
I pissed all over it.
You can't read.
I pissed all over it. I read it. If anybody is acquainted with the pamphlet, I am.
You did look at some pictures.
There are a lot of pictures. There's a lot of important stuff inside the pamphlet, and we might want to read next time.
Do I know what any of the pictures meant?
You know what I'm gonna do, Aelun? I figured it out. I know what my first project's gonna be that I'm gonna make.
Like a birdhouse or something?
No. I'm gonna make a magical item that allows it to audibly read what you're reading. If you just put your finger on it, it will tell you what it is. That's what I'm gonna do. And then that way
thank you. I don't trust technology.
Oh, Aelun definitely needs a speaking spell.
You don't trust technology.
No. It is the devil's work.
Oh, well, then I guess you should put your arm away.
No. That is machinery, not technology. It's two different things.
I think we need to make an incentive for Aelun that he has to learn how to read before he takes his next job with us.
Listen, you guys, you leave me alone. You do what you're going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Aelun,
I am 247 years old. I don't need to fucking read.
that makes it way worse.
Well,
You're
perhaps we should make it
247
fair.
years old?
If
Yes.
it is that we're trying to teach an old dog new tricks, perhaps all of us old dogs could learn a new trick.
I'm not old or a dog.
Well, it's... Did you really think I was calling Aelun a dog? That would be insulting.
But you are calling him old. Got it.
Well, yes, not myself included, but
Took
you're
me a
going to tell
second.
me he's
I
not
got it.
old.
I didn't know. I thought he was young. I mean, look
No.
at him. He's in better shape than. Well, I mean, you're comparing Josiah and Jinrid, so it's not really.
Well, you know,
What's that
like,
supposed to
right,
mean?
He's a dog, right? Werewolf, wolf, dog. I mean, it's all same family, so
This
she's
has
kinda
nothing
right.
to do with Rook.
Old
I
dog.
looked like this before him.
He does
Yeah.
push-ups every day, and sit-ups, and pull-ups, and crunches, and
It's very
other
impressive.
calisthenics from that weird book. There's a lot of thrusting. I don't quite get it, but he does it.
Yes, my body is a temple, and you could live inside of it. I don't suggest it, but you could.
I have no desire to do that.
Is that something else you also saw in the book?
I forgot about the one book that he does read that has pictures. Oh, God.
It's one of the best fighting stance books out there. It's a wealth of
He
knowledge.
thinks it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Our next fight, we get there, and he's just like, "What are you doing? It is called missionary." I am ready for the fight.
You're pinning this gladiator down.
Because just now realize I've been getting my fighting moves for the Kama Sutra the whole time.
What are you doing to me? Hey, I don't want any part of this.
Don't worry, I call this one the backdoor pile driver.
It's so arcane.
It is very arcane.
Well,
So
look,
shall we get going to Perry's then?
yes, let's get there. We can, spend some time, appreciate the hospitality. It's very important in the Feywild to be hospitable, especially to hosts. You never steal or take anything from them. You're very hospitable. He's very kind. Plus, he's a friend. I would, I want to say goodbye. Last time we had to leave kind of abruptly because, Gikios popped up and said, "Hey, we got stuff to do." And you don't deny that. So yeah, we can go back, have a beer or two, say our appreciations, and then figure out how to get back. Maybe we can tree stride. Maybe we go back to the field, or maybe it's something where I have to dream walk us, or attempt to.
Listen to
Alright.
this guy.
Working it out.
We carry him on a thing for, he acts like a prince for one day, and now he's telling us what to do. He acts like he is the leader. It is clear that Gitzi is the leader.
I'm sorry. No, I absolutely know nothing, and I want none of that responsibility on my back. Hard
But you-
pass.
But you have all of the natural leadership qualities.
And
Wait,
what would
I
what
don't
would
want to
those
know
be?
what you think those leadership.
what do you
no,
think those are? That's
no.
exactly what
Let's
I'm
go
asking.
ahead and hop on the hippogriffs and get out of here before he opens his mouth, and perhaps for the last time he will.
No, I'm incredibly curious because I continue giving scritches to my hippogriff.
But
Please.
It is obviously the flashiest warrior who is the leader. So, given the shiny shell, she is the leader. It is so you can see them in battle.
Oh, so
Honestly,
it's like
not that mad
identifiable.
about that one. Yes,
Obviously.
obviously.
What other qualifications are there?
There are none. No other qualifications.
Just being
You know what?
shiny.
Let's-
That's
Well,
it.
I suppose
Just
somebody's
with-
got
with
to
being
attract
shiny,
all
yes.
eyes.
Not like glowy, because you don't want to you don't want to be following like a lightning bug or something. Not like glowy, but shiny.
Oh.
It's a distinction between glowing and shining.
So if you were to get very shiny, you would be the leader.
Well, yes, but that would take a lot of work.
True.
All right, let's head to the tree. Fair enough. That's
You asked.
That's a yeah. You know,
I hope you feel so much
I
smarter
was not
now for
expecting
asking.
that as the answer, but you know, hey,
Your knowledge has now expanded.
Gitzi, if it helps, I think your insight is very important, and you have a good perspective that I think we all lean on.
Are you going to be asking me for a favor later?
Surprisingly
Surprisingly kind.
I'm always wait. What am I not kind?
No, you are always kind, but I'll be honest. I'm a bit skeptical when a particular compliment. I mean, it's very nice, but I guess it was a bit unexpected of all times. I don't get too many compliments, so I suppose I should just shut up and say thank you, huh?
I mean, you don't have to say thank you. It was just a. I think I mean everyone here I think would agree. But you know, okay, that was.
No, it's quite appreciated. So thank you for that. I suppose, yes, I guess I'm not very good at taking those kind of thoughts. It caught me off guard. I was a little more surprised. That seems more of a me issue than you. I'd rather not start counting how many problems I have. Perhaps we do need a drink after all.
Well, as the leader, lead the way.
I send a message to Josiah. I think she's starting to forget who the biggest asshole is.
Yeah.
She might be free.
I'm not saying anything for a reason.
Yep. I'm just gonna shut up. Over.
Sorry, I was wanted to do that.
Children. Are you really farting?
You can't hear the conversations in my head.
Sure, yeah, but nobody's gonna hear a fart. Those aren't as silent as you think, Josiah. It was out of character addressing yours,
smell
but
them.
You need, you need to roll a stealth check on that.
I did it in my head. I just made a fart noise in my
you
head.
thought you did it in your head, but you believed it too hard.
Stealth
You
check.
thought too hard and squeezed one out,
Yeah.
sir.
Still 21.
It's a 21!
How in the world?
Perception
How does
check,
that-
Gitzi. Good God.
Hey, how does that work?
You
rolled
have a plus
2.
19 to stealth?
9. I have no idea. No idea.
Insane.
I spoke out of turn. My apologies.
I just look at them both like pointing, messaging to each other, not saying anything, but looking at each other, and I clearly know that they're talking, but...
Do you feel a little left
All right,
out?
we should get going.
Aw.
In Gitzi, when you're sitting there, you're concentrating on this, what you thought that you heard, you begin to hear another little bit of a buzz.
Oh no.
That can't be good.
It's his cell phone.
We should go.
The alarm going off. Oh, great. What is it now? Asher, do you hear a buzzing noise?
What? A buzzing noise?
Yes, a
Where?
buzzing noise. There's something, or maybe it's in my head, but do double check because honestly, sometimes it's hard to separate.
Okay, wait. Let me listen.
Perception check.
Can I roll one?
Yes.
Okay.
And we don't feel it floating on our hippogriffs, but we can see the exterior of this tree begin to shake and billow.
We should go.
And then, as if it almost turns a corner, we can hear the wings. As Asher, you look out and you can see a whole swarm of crow knowing your time in the Fae, it must have been our disturbance in the explosion on the gate, which has caused them to swarm. Closing in on our location almost 60 feet away. Coming directly at us. It is not a surprise round, but we do not have a jump either. I'll be putting everybody inside the initiative.
Guys, this is bad. Yeah, we can take them out.
Take them out. Did
Now,
you bring Bug Killer?
To note,
I brought myself.
your hippogriffs have 60 feet of flying, and you can control the hippogriff that's underneath you. You can just select both tokens, and you can move them around.
I'm above mine. I was. No, I'm not. Go back on top, buddy.
Shift Z is how you put your token back up on top. All right.
Please always make that sound when you're flying your hippogriff.
Sorry, I'm.
You may roll your initiatives.
Oh my God.
Josiah with a 300 initiative.
What did you roll?
That 20.
Damn.
He's going in hot.
Beat my 22. Remember that one time I let you go first in your dreams?
It's actually the only time you listened to me when I told you to kill it.
It's because you were amazing and you were the best.
I know.
You have all of the good ideas and you know, the largest dong.
Again.
The
true.
largest what?
The largest dong.
Song.
Dong.
Song.
See, you know,
I said
D-O-N-G.
tongue because I have to clean myself.
Is a wiener the more appropriate term?
Welcome to D&D with us.
I'm sorry if I you know, use the incorrect terminology. To not be rude.
Only use the correct, accurate term, sir.
The scientific term, wiener.
Yes.
It's a
That's
pee-pee.
not the.
This is the arcane term.
It's the arcane term.
Ah,
And in
hell.
German, it's Wiener Schnitzel.
No. Oh my god.
Ask me about my wiener.
One of these days, Becca's just gonna be like, you know what, I'm out. I'm good.
I'm just out.
I was like, I'm good. You know,
Can't.
I'm gonna see myself out for this episode.
She can leave the campaign, but it's a lot harder for her to leave our marriage.
Josiah, it is your turn, my dude.
Oh my
not wrong.
God.
You're not wrong.
There's nowhere to run.
He gets done with D&D and is like, so you left Wiener Schnitzel.
Guarantee that's what I'm gonna hear on break.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get down with it and start shooting things. First up, I'm just gonna swing that dagger at the deep out there. Give her a little fling.
All right, just to give you a description, there are 3 of the Crow warriors in front, heavily armored with glaives. Back behind them are swarm shots, 2 on either side, and a Crow commander in the center, armed the heaviest with a massive glaive.
Thank you. That actually will change what I want to do.
You should be able to hover over them and it will display their name as well. If they don't, let me know.
No, I can see where they are in the carousel, but I don't get a name.
Okay, got it. Fixing now.
Shouldn't matter, but with that, knowing that I've got the range, I'll measure it out to make sure that I'm not talking. Oh yeah, we got the range. We're going to fly over here and take a shot at this guy.
Got it.
$27, does it hit?
27 will hit.
Excellent. Here comes that damage. 12 points of damage on the piercing, and then the sneak attack on top of that. Make that, that was 20. Holy crap. 32 points.
Let's go.
Hit one, 32 points. And then we'll do an offhand shot with shrimp pistol. No sneak attack, no bonus, no extras, just the down and dirty. 31 will hit. And the shot.
Oh!
God, these things are hot tonight.
You are rolling hot.
Someone's well loved.
There you go. There's another 16 piercing as that will be my turn. Good God.
Let's go. As you almost single-handedly take out one of the swarm shots on the first round. Any movement for you?
I moved over here. Let me see what that puts me at from here to here. I'll stay where I am at.
All right. End of your turn. That Crow Warrior is going to go directly after you on the first shot. These glaives have 10 foot of reach, by the way. It's going to take its first swing at you. As you can see, its mandibles up for the first time. These things are gnarly, massive insects. And anyone that's seen an insect on the size of humanoid, it is absolutely terrifying. First swing. Oh, let's go.
No connection.
No connection on that. Let's see here. They do have pack tactics, but they need one within 10 feet. All right, it's going to swing again.
That one will hit.
22 to hit. All right. Constitution saving throw. DC 17.
It's not going to work, so we'll just go over here and click it on this one. Oh, no.
Oh.
The dice give us the dice, take it away.
11 points of slashing, 7 points of poison, 10 points of necrotic, and with a failure, you are poisoned. With a nat 1, you're going to be poisoned for 2 rounds. That's disadvantage across the board.
Okay.
Now, you will get a chance to try to buck that on your turn. Or no, you got a fucking 1. You can't buck it on the next one. Shit. All right. Now, just to remember, it's on attack rolls and ability checks, not saving throws. FYI.
Ability checks, attack rolls, disadvantage.
Aelun, it is your turn.
Okay. I will fly up next to Josiah. As I do that, I'll pull out my Vorpal sword and I'll cut my own hand with it. And as I do, the blood kind of sparks lightning all along the blade, using my Crimson Rights, taking a point of damage. And then I will get right up on this guy and I will breath weapon a 30-foot line of fire.
Get 30 feet on your breath weapon?
I do. 30-foot line or 20-foot cone. So
You, sir, are a powerhouse.
30-foot line of breath weapon. They gotta make a dex save.
All right.
14 is the DC.
Deck saves will be an advantage. Here they come. And just to make sure it is this line right. Oh no, wrong tool.
It's these three on the left. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, see. Oof.
Second will take no damage with the 20.
That'll succeed as well. So those two will take half of this fire damage. So 6 points of fire damage there. And then I will, as I blow out all that fire with my breath weapon, kind of through the puff of fire, I'll fly through it and strike this closest one with my Vorpal sword. As it's sparked up with lightning now. That is a 31 to hit.
Always forget, you don't crit on 19s.
I know, I got so fucking excited again.
15 points of slashing damage and 1 point of electric damage on top of the 6 fire damage.
Electric.
So.
Good.
And that's my turn.
Right, you did 15 slashing, 1 point electric.
Yeah. And then 6 fire to whoever failed or succeeded on the check.
On the warriors, it doesn't do as much as you hoped.
Okay.
They have resistance to slashing.
Okay. Did the fire apply?
All the fire applied.
Okay.
That's weird. That's not propagating. All right, I'll just do that. Bam. Booyah. All right. Anything else for your turn? Kroll Commander in the back is going to fly up towards you, Aelun. It's going to get that massive insect glaive out.
Chat, I need a counter strike.
All right. They're going to take their first swing. They have pack tactics, so this will be advantage.
Okay.
Oh, they crit on 19.
Ooh, damn.
Big first shot.
And I was gonna use my shield, but nat 20.
Oh,
I'll use my interception as my reaction.
on the nat 20,
Yeah.
you will have to roll a nat 20 to be able to intercept it.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't stop it. It just takes some of the damage from it. So
I'm sorry, I'm confusing it with the other. So yes.
cool.
All right, we got a total of 55 plus 20, 75, 80, 90 total points. Depends if you are resistant to poison or necrotic.
I am not resistant to those things.
All right.
90 points of damage would have just like killed me.
It's pretty damn close.
But
Well, let me take 5 of those away from you.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
okay.
5 less damage than 90. You're welcome.
Big hit.
Whew. Swings again with its glaive.
Oh, gets another.
See ya.
This one will be aimed over towards Josiah, seeing it almost completely bring you to your knees.
Oh, now I get the counter strike.
27 will hit.
You need to make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, Aelun.
Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. 16.
16, you will fail. You will be poisoned for a round. Disadvantage on attack rolls, inability checks.
Okay.
You are blessed, my dude. You can be untouched this session. 16 slashing, 3 poison, 1 necrotic.
Okay. After watching that huge hit, I'm actually not feeling too bad since I just got, you know.
Good news is Crowd Commander's got 3 attacks, so another swing towards you.
Yay!
Actually, I will do the I'll do coin flip. Heads Josiah, tails Aelun.
Okay. Counter strike if it hits.
Ooh, 31.
Counter strike.
Bring the pain, baby.
Oh, do I have inspo? I got a D8.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
32.
Let's go. That glaive comes back across. Intercept that bitch.
Does he take me? Takes my damage, right?
Yeah, you could swing.
17 slashing and 2 lightning.
All right. It will take half of that slashing, which will be 18, so 9. And then all of the lightning.
Well, at least I remember to use my Blood Hunter stuff.
Hey, you got it in there.
I usually forget.
Into that Crowd Commander's turn. Swarm shot. God, I love this turn marker. How was I playing so long without this thing? This thing is gonna buzz over here, take out its short bow, and it's gonna fire a shot at Jinrid. These have advantage on their first shot. They do not have sneak attack. My button just said, nope. No, I don't want you to consume ammunition. Oh my God, why'd they build this thing with that? I need to turn it off.
Please, man, I just want to shoot.
I just want to shoot the bow. Let's see here. Proficient, equipped. Attunement not required. Where do we turn off activation cost? 1 action. Resource requirement, ammunition. There we go. Turn that shit off. $25 to hit on Jin. He's got to make a strength saving throw as arrow flies As it hits Jin, these vines grasp out around him. Fuck me. I'll take 12 piercing, 5 poison, 5 necrotic. Was that 22? Oh, cool. My character sheet's gone. Bye-bye, tip hit points. Second shot. God. Another 22 points. Good God. And I am grappled and restrained on the back of my hippogriff. Get these fucking things off of me! End of Jin's turn. Or not Jin's turn, into that swarm. This swarm shot's gonna peel off over here. Gonna take its first shot with advantage at you, Josiah.
That'll hit.
27 to hit. DC 16 strength saving throw. Let's go! You'll make it. Bursting out of those vines.
How many points? Got it.
We'll take another shot at you. Straight up.
That will hit.
You do not need to make the strength saving throw. It is only on that first shot.
Whew. A lot of damage.
End of their turn. They're going to stay where they're at. Another crawl swarm shot. Is going to fly towards the middle. 2 shots headed towards Gitzi. First one with advantage.
That will hit.
DC 16 strength saving throw, Gitzi.
It's a save.
Let's go. 11 piercing, 5 poison, 2 necrotic.
All right.
Second shot comes in, just straight up. 22, that misses, correct?
22 hits.
I thought you were at 24 now.
No, it's just 20.
That's all blending together in my mind. 11 piercing, 8 poison, 1 necrotic.
Okay.
Crow Warrior goes up next, flying up towards you, Gitzi. Gonna take its glaive out.
23 will hit.
DC 17 con saving throw. You will be poisoned.
All right.
Gonna take its second swing at you. Let's go. That one will miss.
Ooh.
All right. I'm going to mark this down. Radio, you are poisoned. Aelun, you saved, correct?
No, I failed.
You failed? Okay. You were poisoned. Gitzi is poisoned. And I am restrained. Gitzi, it is your turn.
All right, we're going to cast Ensnaring Strike as our bonus action and then focus on this one that's right in front of me within a hit. That is going to be a 31 for the first one.
Let's go. That'll hit.
Awesome. It will need to make a strength saving throw then.
Strength saving throw coming in.
All right, that's going to be 28 points of damage.
Let's go.
6, so that will fail. Because of that, it is actually on the start of its turn, it will need to take an additional 1d6 of piercing damage on top of that. And since it failed, it will also be restrained.
Let's
and
go.
At the start of its turn, it'll need to make a strength as well.
Boom.
Sweet. All right, we're going to hit with our second one. $15. Yeah.
You have advantage because it's restrained? I don't know how that works. I know if it's stunned, you do.
That's a good question. I actually don't know.
A restrained creature has 0 movement, can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and
Good
creatures' attack rolls have disadvantage.
All right.
Disadvantage on dex saving
Well,
throws.
27 hit instead.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, tack on an additional.
Oh, wait.
That should only be 15.
Like, I got excited. I was like, damn!
No, right? No. And I'm not going to apply any divine yet. So, yep, that'll be it.
So, piercing and bludgeoning both completely do their full damage. They are only resistant to slashing.
Got it.
That thing's looking rough already. Gitzi doing work on the back of her hippogriff. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that'll be it. We're going to stay right here.
I'm gonna kick my hippogriff a little bit. Come on, buddy. We need to get the fuck away from here. Because I'm gonna try to break my.
Give a little shimmy shake.
I don't get to make mine till the end of my turn. All right, I'm going to totally cast a 5th level spell, Mass Cure Wounds, right now.
Love it.
Good idea. Approve.
23 points back for everybody.
Sweet.
And then Aelun being the most beat up, I'm going to send my chalice your way.
Okay.
No crit on the chalice. 15 points back.
Got it.
Okay, come on. Let's see if we can get out of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Hulkamania runs wild on you. Let's go.
Yeah, brother.
Brother Asher, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to go back further behind my friends, and then looking around and seeing how much damage the big guy did to Aelun. I'm going to start casting a spell.
You may let her rip.
And I will be focusing next to the big guy here, and you will start to see kind of the air around the four creatures here in the middle start to kind of like wane a bit as I'm going to cast slow on these four creatures.
Let's
try to
go.
cut down on their action economy and hopefully slow some of them. So it's a wisdom save of 17.
I'm gonna cast it from you so I can press the easy button.
Oh, I can.
What level spell are you casting?
There.
No, it doesn't do the same. I have to do it inside Foundry.
Yep.
It's all right. I got you, boo boo.
Yeah, I was just doing it at third level. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, there's no difference if I cast it at a higher level or not.
Nope. Sweet. I like my easy button. All right, warriors straight up.
Damn it.
They will succeed. Next crawl warrior. They will fail. Get this thing out and slow him right now so I don't forget it. Slow broad. Crawl commander does so with advantage. We'll get to him in just a second. We'll do this one right behind. They will fail. Getting slowed. All right, commander time with advantage.
Damn.
They will succeed.
Yeah, I tried. So the two that were affected, -2 penalty to AC and dex saving throws, and it can't use reactions. And then on its turn, it can use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
I'm going to use my reaction. I'm going to use my woe dice on it. Because that thing popping off, it's a 50-50. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Ah, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
Big boy is slowed. So, yeah, they can only make one action. They can either swing.
It's -2 penalty to AC and dex saving throws. It can't use reactions. On its turn, it can either use an action or a bonus action, not both.
Yeah.
And it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn. And then there's spells, but I don't know if any of these guys are spellcasters. But at the end of each of their turns, they can make another save to try and break it.
Let's fucking go.
Nicely done.
Good turn, my dude. Concentration on that?
Yes.
All right.
This is why I'm way back here.
You'll be fine. You'll be safe.
You can't see me. I'm hiding behind my hip.
Oh, swarm shot coming right for you.
I have half cover.
First shot coming in with advantage. Damn it. These people in their real life simulators and ammunition. 24 to hit. DC 16 strength saving throws. The vines wrap around you.
Well, that's not going to be great. I will add some. I'll add to try and save.
Low roll though.
Yeah, 14. What is it? 16?
15.
Oh, 15. Oh, I'm just gonna add a d6 and save. Yeah. This is 15. I made it. Thanks, chat.
Concentration.
Let me make sure. I really need to take fucking Warcaster, man. Constitution save, right? 13.
Yep. Slow is still up.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Second shot
one at least.
Coming in. Oh, that one was there. 18 points of piercing damage.
12.
Let's go. Let's go. Keeping her up, baby.
And that was 18 damage?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm already looking rough. Those weren't even big hits. Wizard.
This next one's going to fly up over towards Gitzi. They will have pack tactics. He's got one next to him. They're swinging twice with that insect glaive.
22 will hit. I will need to make it concentration.
Ugh. Max on the slashing.
I will use my reaction, and the shield will come up, and you will only take 2 damage out of that.
Ooh,
Oh,
shit.
Look at that. Someone's casting strong.
Yeah.
I will take the 2 damage then. And turn
As
around
it blocks
and say,
most of it, but then the ward shatters.
You're already poisoned, so you don't need to
yep, already sick.
second swing.
Fine. Yep, that'll hit.
15 slashing, 5 poison, 3 necrotic.
Okay.
Looks like I chose wisely, at least.
Yeah.
I don't feel like your health pool's as good as Aelun's. So, I was debating on Aelun, and then I was like, I saw that first hit, and your health bar went, yeah, I was like, I feel like she's gonna need it more than Aelun. Aelun has ways to shrug that stuff off.
We'll find out. We'll find out real soon. In either case, I'm not gonna complain for a little help.
All right. In and around, going into the top of the round. All of you in your heads feel this piercing headache. We will hunt them. We will hunt them all. Now we'll let you guys go and take your first break. Go grab that beverage, use the restroom. Chat, if you've sent me any cards, I've been very busy. I will write them down now. First round is always very difficult. I can see you guys have been rolling non-stop. I will try to scroll up here. Looks like Nor Noble got me an Indom. Thank you. I need that because I don't have one. Scrolling up. Cool. Looks like that's the only one. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. These are some heavy hitters in the Fae. Heavy hitters. It's another module that's in there that I picked up. Another open source beauty. Yo, 19 months, Grandpa. Let's go. I cannot wait for us to cheers beers at GCX, man. It's been way too long. I appreciate you supporting me, man. From that first bottle of tequila, almost 4 or 5 years ago till today. Been a good run, dude. Feels like it's been a decade because it almost has.
It's been a bit. I am hoping for safe, good weather and travel and health for the next few months when I start rolling in April, so that when PAX comes around, we can enjoy some good times in person, as well as obviously Tim's wedding, which will be before that, which will be even greater.
Yeah, I want my full fucking lung capacity back. By Tim's wedding. Hyperbaric chamber, here I come.
Yeah.
Put me in Boba Fett's tank.
Dude.
Well, I tell you what though, they do a fantastic job of interweaving that music every fucking episode. Like, you know, I don't want to say too much in case people haven't watched stuff, but like certain characters appear and like, man, they do a great job of just like synchronizing all that shit into one orchestrated beat masterpiece. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Tonight was the first time John Williams' suite has appeared.
Oh.
Out of all the series.
Yeah, yeah. Oh god, it was. Oh man,
I was, dude. I've been pissed. I'm like, why has some of these moments have they not played the John Williams suite? And I was like, we've had the opportunity where they've been there, and I'm like, do it. This is what makes Star Wars Star Wars. I want to hear those notes. And we finally got it. I was so happy.
Of it last week.
Spoiler?
You've heard it just a little bit. All I'm talking about is the music. Just the John Williams suite in the music. It's the only thing I'm talking about. Like, we haven't heard it in any of Mandalorian. We hadn't heard it in Boba Fett until this week. We finally got that's one of the biggest problems I had with the movies. The trailers had better music than the last 3 movies that came out. They never wanted to play any of the John Williams suite. It's like
trailers always have the best. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the last, but man, it's just, I'm soaking it all in from watching, and I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to spoil it, but from like a avid connoisseur of Star Wars and like all of the series and Clone Wars and now into like audiobooks and everything, like it's just, I'm just salivating at all.
Who would have thought you'd actually be rewarded for reading the Dave Filoni stuff and all the other in between?
Oh man, it's just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
It is very well crafted, very good storytelling.
Oh yeah. And man, this last episode, I might watch it again. It was that good.
Wow.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, you watch it tonight.
I'll probably get a chance to watch it this weekend.
Yeah,
that'd be worth it.
Watch it tonight. Just whatever we get done here, just cut and run and watch it. It's worth it. It's such a good episode.
I'll watch it this weekend.
Now radio.
I'm dead man walking. I should have watched it last night instead of watching an episode of Vox Machina.
You fool.
I didn't.
Wait, did they release more episodes?
No, Friday.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait,
radio's
what?
just really far behind.
I don't get any daytime TV.
It's
watching.
also very good.
It's usually just kind of after D&D, whether or not I'm conscious or have to wake up early. What are you talking about? I always have to wake up early.
Yeah, I was like, that's your life, isn't it?
Literally, the boy came in the bed at about 5 o'clock this morning, and I got out and got in his bed and went back to sleep.
You're like, fine, we'll swap.
I'm like, you know what? You have it. You just sit there and talk to your mom. I'm gonna go sleep in your bed.
Gonna upgrade his bed. Yeah,
I thought you went like back with him,
size.
and then he fell asleep Like, you know what I mean? Like, but no, you're just like, I'm just gonna go sleep in your
I
bed.
just went to his room and slept in his bed. Mattress isn't that bad, especially when you're already half asleep.
Yeah. You're like, this will work. I'm just tired at this point.
I've been a fan of the musical choices for the show so far, and kind of like having those identifying kind of soundtracks to them. They've been very good.
Each of the character songs.
Yeah, like each of the shows, right? Like Mandalorian had its own specific style, and then they have Boba Fett, and you know, obviously the original scores and everything. Like, it's just all, it's so good.
I like to watch the arc, because when the new series comes out, everybody poo-poos it at the very beginning because there's all these unconnected threads, and then about this time in the series where they start pulling it in together is where everybody starts going, this is the greatest series ever.
Yeah.
When it was panned as the worst Star Wars spin-off to date at the very beginning.
But like also, the best take I saw, which is the most accurate one, is like outside of like the deep divers that like dove into like lore and books and stuff like that. It's like for most people, it's like, oh, you watched the shows or the movie or the movies, sorry. Then you watch the prequels, and all you saw from the Fets was from the originals was like 2 lines and him looking like there's no context there. And so then people are like talking about the series and like all of this stuff, and it's like, yeah, but like if you're basing it off of the original trilogy, you see him like what 4 times, and he says like 1 or 2 lines, and like that's it. Like, you know what I mean? He's just imposing because of who he is. And like I think they're doing a good job of telling a story and tying in a lot of interesting pieces, especially with the newest episode. By far, there is so much that ties into Clone Wars and even Rebels that it's just exciting to me. And there's so many possibilities of where things can go. And the fact that they're doing an Obi-Wan series and an Ahsoka series is,
that's true.
They're just they're expanding and expounding on all of that, and I am so freaking excited for it.
It's pretty good.
I'll nerd out about Star Wars like all the time. Like
I could do with a little less fan service this season, but overall it's pretty good.
Oh, they got to pander.
Yeah, they have to.
They're indulging in a little of everything, and mixing that together takes a lot of craft, but the balancing seems right so far.
I'm just glad we have content.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Obi-Wan comes out and Ahsoka series comes out. Ugh.
It just shows you how much we missed out on because of decision paralysis. Just decades of not doing anything.
And they could, yeah. Anyway, this would be 2 hours of me talking about this, so let's just
Would you really want the Mandalorian made in the 80s or 90s?
Nope.
This is the right time, the right talent, the right audience.
This is the right
Came when it
era
needed
of
to.
technology.
It's perfect.
Yeah. What they can do in the small studio now is just dope. Josiah.
Now they've got the virtual studios that they're using.
Cranking that shit.
Metaverse.
Which is insane.
Josiah, kill them all.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take my my first shot right over here at this guy who I was working on before. My rocket shot, so it will be flat.
Let's go.
30 will hit.
Let's go.
Here's the piercing and the sneak attack for a jeez. 37 points as it connects.
D.
He whips that Kirkley dagger up and just tosses it end over end, rips right through its mandible, chopping it in half, and pops right back in his hand.
Let's go.
All right, this one. Flip over, grab that shrimp pistol. I'm gonna take a shot at the guy in front of me, which, you know, I already know it's gonna miss, but you know what? I don't know it's gonna miss because I'm gonna shoot it anyways.
That's right.
20 to hit this armored SOB.
It is slowed. The AC is down.
-2. Wait, is that one slowed?
Yes, it is, because it's marked with the, no, is it? There was one that saved.
That one was the one that saved.
This one is
that. Yep.
This is the one I'm shooting at. This is the
this
one
one saved. All right. You actually have 10 feet of distance in between you, so you don't get the super disadvantage on this. So yes, 20 hits. 20 is the AC.
Popping shots. It's just gonna be 7 points.
Hey, it's something. You know, it adds up.
Question. Does my mobile allow me to GTFO with my hippogriff?
Your mobile typically would, except for it has the lockdown mechanism of Sentinel pole armor. So, clashing feats against each other, what I'll do in this scenario, roll off.
Cool, let's do it.
All right.
Give me the roll off.
They will swing and you will make your departure with your dexterity. So that would be, you can roll acrobatics. Fuck.
Well.
Buddy.
I tried, but you know, I just willed the 20 to happen. I was halfway there.
Fuck. $28 plus 17 plus 17, 62 points.
Well, you know, I can still uncanny dodge the shit out of that, so chop it in half. Oh, Yahtzee. And with that, do I escape his reach, or does he pull me back in?
No, I mean, you earned it. You no, actually, it's pole arm. He's pulled you back in. Yes, you're stuck there. Go ahead and make the con save on poison.
I'm my second round of poison right now, so
yeah. But this is to see if it's.
Nat was a nat 1, so I got it for 2 rounds regardless.
Yep.
Well, that's all spent. Next. Crit on my GTFO. Oh, it hurts. It's his second crit.
Fuck.
So many swings.
It's their turn again. They will swing at you. Pack tactics.
That'll hit.
At least they don't have the 19.
Yeah.
Only big guy's got the 19. $27, $22, $32 points.
32. Whew. Whew. I'm gonna die.
Taking that second swing over at Aelun.
Can I counter-strike?
New round? No, you've already used Counter-Strike card.
Okay. Okay then.
$21, 26 total points.
Got it.
Into their turn. Aelun, it is your turn.
Okay, question about an item, because we've never really used it. I have my Gauntlets of Deliverance. It doesn't say that it takes any sort of action, bonus action to cure a status. So I was just gonna ask on that.
Bonus action.
Bonus action.
Yep.
Okay.
Bonus action on yourself. part of your action if you were to try to apply it to somebody.
Okay, I won't use it then. I will use my bonus action to transform into Rook. And then I will attack this smaller warrior. I will first use my Scorching Ray. So there's 3 rays of this. So first one is a 14. Second is a 22. Third is a 23. I might add
First one misses, second one hits, third one hits.
I'm gonna add an inspo on that first one. I got a D6. So it was a 16 hit.
16 will not hit.
Okay. So
And you are all aiming at this Crow Warrior right here, correct?
just all at the one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So that is 11 points of fire damage. And then I will raise my metal hand as I'm shooting out that Scorching Ray, and I'll do something I haven't done yet. And I just flex the hand, and the fingers of my metal hand shoot out as darts into this guy.
Oh.
So
Let's go.
I will attack with my darts. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That will be 8 points of piercing damage. 1 point of lightning damage. And then I will yank those darts back on a thin wire that they're attached to. They reel themselves back in.
Gitzi, your ingenuity is amazing. Way to build that.
There's a tension spring in there.
Well, you see, it's a tension screen.
Let's see, bonus action. Yep, I think that's it.
DC 17 con saving throw to break the poison.
Con save.
Come on. Oh, it was so close. So close.
I just realized I should have rolled with disadvantage on all those. I didn't. Here, re-roll those.
All right, I moved the roll log back up. Toss 2 Scorching Rays.
All right.
That'll be the low one. Oh,
So those all miss, and then the dart. Ooh.
fuck.
So negate all that damage.
I thought you had advantage from something.
Oh, you know what? I do have my blood frenzy, so it was a flat roll anyway.
Those are flat. Those are flat rolls. I was gonna say that's why I was like I didn't bother on yours because most of the time you're swinging with advantage because of something.
I forgot about the blood frenzy. Okay, we're good then.
Thank God. That was fucking brutal.
Yeah, that would have been rough. Look at all this damage I did. Just kidding.
All right. Into your turn, big boys can only take their action, correct?
Yeah, action and can only make 1 weapon attack, or they can choose a bonus action.
All right.
Not both. It can't take reactions.
Man, you guys need it too. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
1 swing at Rook, that's it.
That'll hit.
Oh. At least it's half. The slashing goes to 12.
Mm-hmm. So 20 total.
Does Rook have any resistance to poison or necrotic?
Nope.
20. Woo! Slow doing its job, keeping him alive.
He can make a save again.
Wisdom save. All right, here it comes.
Oh, he just made it.
Just fucking made it. New round. Fuck him, dude. Reaction. Whoa, dice.
Yeah.
Fuck his couch.
Yeah, F that.
Let's go, dude. Let's keep that shit on.
Yeah.
It's fucking pure death down there. Worth it.
Oh, wait a minute. He was slowed. So he couldn't take a reaction on me if he wanted to, could he?
It was the other guy.
It was the other guy.
It's
Yeah,
the
not
other
big
guy.
General.
The other Crowl warrior.
Damn it.
Only the commander was slowed. Out of those two. I like where your head's at, though.
Where's
I'm
the
watching,
shit
guys.
head?
I'm trying. Anything I can help out with, I'm
it.
trying.
Bend time and space to make it work.
Yeah. I cast Raid, as in the bug spray. Super effective.
One shot at Jin, one shot at Ash.
Man, imagine having lightning bolt right now. Ugh.
All right, does not have the grasp anymore, so, but does have pack tactics. Oh, fuck that 20. Fuck that 20. Yeah. Oh, the piercing's fucking horrible. 14. 18 points on me. Second shot out towards you, Asher. Oh,
Doesn't the first one only have advantage?
it's got they got pack tactics. They're next to each other now.
Well,
But no,
that's
there
only
is
hit.
no grasping on it. It was only on the first arrow. Let's go. That's low as shit.
Okay.
No! Please tell me you have an inspiration die or an indomitable.
I'll burn an indomitable.
Oh, wow.
Well, as I say, that never works in my favor ever. There goes slow.
Fuck.
That does suck. 9, 10. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, and I've taken 2 hits this entire fight. I'm gonna die.
End of their turn. This guy was slowed. Not anymore. Stepping up, taking a shot at Gitzi.
That will not hit.
16 will not hit.
Why couldn't you do that against me?
I'm sorry. Do you want to swap?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Taking a shot at Jin.
Again.
No, already used it. I don't have a reaction. Shit. 16, 20 will hit. $17, 18 points. Whoa! This fucker is restrained though. They will take their attacks with disadvantage at you, Gitzi. Let's go. That'll miss.
Ooh, suck it.
Let's go. Let's go.
We roll for damage on its turn? For the thorns that are on it from the ensnaring?
Yes, they, yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
Sweet.
They will not have a chance to try to break that restrained. They are stuck.
12 points of piercing damage.
Oh, actually, max that with that one.
Uh,
So 18.
Okay, cool.
And they are still restrained. Let's go.
Suck it.
End of their turn. Gitzi, it is your turn.
Sweet. I'm gonna first just focus on this one right in front of me because that seems like the best option. I like that most of all.
Yes!
Score! Too
Yes!
bad it's just this little one who probably didn't have that much health anyway. But we're doing it!
Hey, clear them off the board.
DTD.
Murder!
That thing's
While
got...
it's wrapped up in all of those vines, twisting around it, restricting its flight capabilities, Gitzi comes in with her massive bug hammer and smash it with the hammer and crushes it.
Big fan of that.
As one does, as one does. I didn't have enough boxes, or else I would have put that box inside another box and another box, and then I would have shipped that box to me. Didn't have time. Postage is just too expensive these days.
Thank you for quoting the Emperor's New Groove.
You're welcome.
Yay, I'm a llama again. Oh, I'm a llama again.
Wait.
Wait, is this couscous poison?
Poison for couscous. Couscous poison.
Couscous.
Poison made specifically for couscous.
Couscous? It's just for couscous. I love that.
Who's your next target, Gitzi?
The one to my right, because that seems like the right focus. Do I need to cast Ensnaring Strike again with my bonus action, or am I good to go? I know it's a concentration up to a minute. But
Ensnaring Strike again? Yeah, it's independent.
sweet.
Also, you do have you are poisoned currently in the moment, so you need to roll at disadvantage.
Okay. All right. Well, the 15 probably won't hit, but let's see if we get a nat 1. We do not, but a 15 won't hit, I assume.
15 will not hit.
All right.
Man, if only they were slowed.
If only. Dang it. I am going to stay locked in, though. So that will be my turn.
DC 17 Constitution saving throw to get that poison off.
Okay.
Oh,
It is no bueno. Still poisoned. Am I taking extra damage for that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope, it's just giving you disadvantage.
Cool.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. These guys aren't slowed anymore. I'll just do mass cure wounds at the highest level because we all need it. Everybody needs it. Let her rip. 6th level spell.
ooh. Roll that nat 20.
Come on, man. Come on. Deliver us from evil. Nat 20 this. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, that's a little far away from it.
At this time, I will burn my lucky. That's my lucky card. Come on, man. Try again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. Here we go. 6th level. Mass cure wounds. 48 plus 8. Come on. Well, that's good. That's a good one.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Ooh.
Let's go. 33 points back.
That hits everyone, right?
Everybody.
Except you, because You don't read.
Some
You're not getting healing until you read.
Thank you for the 1d10 and the lucky. Thank you. All right. Send the chalice out, rolling that d20, see if I can hit it. Can't hit it. I'm gonna split the chalice, and I'm gonna go half and half since you guys are grouped up.
split the chalice, man.
Split the chalice, man. Well, it's garbage. So, Aelun, you get 6. Josiah, you get 5.
Perfect.
Damn.
I'll take my 5 points and shut up.
Maybe you can survive a swipe.
Like it.
That's it for me. That's all I got. Asher.
So Asher will begin to mutter an incantation, and you'll see his hands kind of start to swirl, and then he'll start drawing these lines. Again, these like red, like basically huge arcane lines, and he'll just go, and then you'll see him just spin it again, and like a Gatling gun steel wind strike comes out.
Let's go. Now, steel wind strike does force damage, correct?
Yes.
Not slashing. All right.
Force. So that will be 5 creatures that I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do everyone but the commander.
All right.
So I will start left to right. So I'll start closest to the danger, which is the one that's already injured, and we'll go from there.
Let's do this, baby.
Murder.
Murder, murder, murder.
Yes.
The first one.
That's a good murder.
Not great damage though. 22 force damage. Not great damage, guys.
It's impartial murder.
Then we'll choose the shot, one right here. 31 to hit.
Let's go.
That'll be 44 force damage. Nice. A lot better.
Damn.
Crow warrior here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ooh. 17. I'm going to add a D8 inspo to that. Hold on. Oh my.
Oh my. Tickles them.
It's a 18, which I don't know if it'll do it.
Does
18
not hit the warrior. I already used my reaction dice. Damn.
All good. That one goes sailing. So this shot, this cruel swarm shot, be 26 to hit.
26 hits.
It'll be 41 force damage. And then the last one. Oh,
Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
So I'll add a brutal crit to it that chat gave me earlier. Thank you, chat. Let me just mark that off. So that will be 60. So it'll be plus 70 what I roll. So it'll be 39 plus 70. Oh wait, I gotta add another D10. So
39.
46 plus 70.
DTD, baby. That one is crushed.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, man. I really wish I would have hit that warrior, but and then I will proceed to go further away. that'll be my turn. That'll do it.
I want to fly like a hippogriff. I want to fly away. Crown warrior. Going in on Gitzi.
Mm-hmm. 28.
14 slashing, 9 poison, 6 necrotic. Second swing.
Yep, that'll hit too.
14 slashing, 2 poison, 6 necrotic.
All right.
End of their turn. Top of the round. Josiah a Marquis.
Have I served my 2 rounds of poison, sir?
You may, at the end of your turn, try to break that poison.
Oh God.
Good luck.
Okay. Let's rock and roll with the dagger right up front.
Flat roll, sneak attack. Let's do it.
Here we go. Dagger the D. Going yeet. What do you mean lost connection must reestablish? Get out of here. All right, hold on. I got to refresh.
We're not worthy.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can move anything in here. Nope. All right, I'm gonna have to do a full yeet. Eat us, delete us. Be back in a moment.
Do 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 do.
Reconnecting. Dialing. Modem not found. Damn it! E for the brutal crit. Hopefully I'll be able to use it.
Hey, we know it's not your internet because you got crispy frames on cam, baby.
True. It's not, I can't touch the game right now. It's just spinning.
All right. I'll give you a little bit longer and then I'll toss the roll for you.
Oh yeah, it can't be reached. I got an issue on mine with some routing.
Try a different browser.
I'm gonna try that right now. Try it in Edge. Nope. For the sake of brevity, pull up my sheet. Roll 9 line, or roll the dagger of the deep.
All right, dagger of the deep. Flat roll. Okay.
$19 to hit the big guy. If that's a no, I will throw some inspo on it.
Inspo will have it hit.
All right, well, we're just going to burn that D6 then. Thank you, chat. Inspo Bart.
14 on the con save. That's a fail. Let's go.
Wow, that was a
Let's go. Plus sneak attack. Oh yeah, get it. 8, 34, 17. Oh yeah, it had 12 left. It is gone.
Nice.
DTD.
In an obvious panic for the fact that I just had the absolute hell kicked out of me, I accidentally twist the dagger a little too much, activating its necrotic hit. And as it leaves my hand, I thought, did I do that right? And I watch it explode in front of me and the dagger comes back. I guess that'll work. That'll do, pig.
Oh.
Ooh. That will do, pig. That will do.
All right.
Happened?
No, you roboted real hard.
Oh. I'm actually getting back into the game.
Yep.
Cool.
Aelun.
No more wearing. No more wearing gato, Mr. Radio. No more. Domo. Here we're saying like the cam was keeping.
Oh, he's bad. He's bad. He's out.
Radio.
Idio killed the RadioMang.
How has that never been sung before?
Well, it has now.
There we go.
In my mind and in my heart.
Right. I think.
He's back.
At least
We have a
now he has
stable
the option to
connection.
turn down his quality.
There we go.
True.
You can never turn down this quality. Get out of here.
All right. You
Like
are
that.
10 feet from Commander Kroll. So you are still in the no-no zone if you try to leave.
Didn't work out for me so well the last time. But you know what? I'm a stubborn SOB. I will first consume my greater healing potion. Because I've got one of those tucked away.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Just in-
Good
just
call.
In case, it gets a little ridiculous.
All right, that'll consume your bonus action then. Oh, yeah. DC
Good to
17 con save. See if you can break the sickness.
Would be nice.
Yeah!
Ooh,
Get me out of that
Hell yeah.
nonsense.
Let's go, dude.
Finally, I'm feeling more myself again.
Poison gone. Rook, it is your turn.
Oh, I will use a bonus action to use that gauntlet to take my poison away. And then I will swing with the Vorpal sword
Poison gone.
at the big dude. So with advantage,
Come on, man. Come on.
25 on the first swing,
That'll hit.
26 on the second swing. So that'll be 35 8 points of lightning and then 27, so 14 slashing.
So 32 total.
Yes, well, 14 slashing and then
Oh,
8 lightning, so 22.
22. Got it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me read this thing real quick. Okay, got it. That's it.
Oh, your question, is this a random encounter? This is from the explosion on the door. This is all from vibration. If there was anything that was going to cause massive vibration, fireball, explosions, that's what gets the cruel. End of your turn. Big Papa Pump. First swing. Advantage. Back at you, Rook.
Can I use protection on myself?
Oh my god, again? Dude, how is this guy doing that?
Third.
See ya.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Let's see how he rolls. 62, 72, 79.
Aren't you optimistic?
But you're
No,
on Rook,
you
so
take
the
you take
slashing.
half on the slashing.
I was just doing the total.
Well, you don't take half poison damage or necrotic, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it's gonna be 25 plus 12, so 37 plus 17, so 54.
So 12 and 17, that's 29 more. I am down. I will use a strength before death.
Burning the one death saving throw. This is Are you prepared?
Yep. Vorpal sword.
Good luck.
Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Ah! Let's go!
You are insane. You are absolutely out of your goddamn mind.
How do you get so lucky?
Facing permadeath, using the Strength Before Death card, consuming one of his death saving throws, which 100% would have returned in a next attack action from me that would have left his body eviscerated and unhealable by Jinrid at this point. Vorpal sword, DTD, please decapitate the Krull commander.
Yeah, as he strikes down at me with the glaive sinking into me, Rook's literally just gonna grab the handle of the glaive and shove it through his own body as he pushes himself towards the Krull, and with the Vorpal sword just lop off his head. And then go unconscious with a giant glaive sticking through my chest.
You are unstoppable, sir.
I can't even.
Unbelievable.
You
That's
just
ridiculous.
have to make the dice challenge and the 20 cometh.
Sometimes I just have to, you know, put my character in a no-win situation myself to do it.
Ah, I love you, bud. It's so fucking good. Holy shit.
And this is how insane people play D&D.
Oh, let's go. Seeing the commander go down. Crawl swarm shot. How far away has Asher gotten? That's the question.
Well, I saw the edge of the thing there, and I was like, I feel like I'm at the edge. Like, I don't think I can go any further. So I was like, I'm
I
just gonna
can't
hang
pull
out right
over. I can't pull over any
Like, this is about
further.
as close as I can get before I hit the top of the tree. So this guy really does not like me.
What they're
What did
there
I
for.
do? I did nothing. Of course you roll like a billion against me, and roll like 10 against Gitzi, who's like a billion AC.
Something. I mean, compared to you, yes. Sorry.
19 points.
Ow.
Next shot at Jen. I just saw the ones that made me giggle.
I am restrained.
14 against Jinrid. The end of their turn. No more pack tactics. Oh no, it does. It can get them.
Dang it.
From who?
This one right over here. It's gonna move next to Gitzi.
Oh. Yeah, it's still alive.
If we make Aelun our leader, will we get pack tactics?
I don't know if he's shiny enough.
I'll put spray paint on his back if that's all it takes.
16, not gonna hit though.
Nope. 20 will match.
$20 points.
All right.
It'd be close.
I'm still up though.
Ooh.
For now, I'm up. Barely holding on to my hammer, but I am.
Gitzi, it is your turn.
I'm going to look at that one that hit me. Or this, I guess this one that looks the saddest. I don't mind easy targets. And I'm going to start with that one.
Oh, also, by the way, it had 98 HP. The commander did. You just got under the 100 threshold.
Oh, sick.
I still roll with disadvantage too, don't I?
Yes.
Where all of them are in there. 23.
23. 23 will hit. Yeah. 27, 23.
That first one, and we'll probably throw some Divine Smite on that sucker.
Which one you hitting, the commander or you hitting the swarm shot?
The swarm.
Swarm, got it.
So that's going to be 9 points.
9 points.
Bludgeoning, and then let's do some magic.
Oh, magic, the magician.
Boom. 14. For that Divine Smite on the first hit.
That's enough. DTD.
Thank goodness. Just exhausted, holding on to this hammer with one hand. She just whacks away at it with the most sloppiest of throws, but she does make it land on that bug face. This is gonna be gross to clean later. That's gonna be real nasty. All right. And this one with its full pretty green health bar. It looks so nice and shiny. Let's focus on that one next.
Must be the leader.
Must be the leader. Can tell. 26.
26 will hit.
Sweet. And we'll tag on some Divine Smite for that one. Oh, better. 13 points of damage then. And then let's do some Divine Smite on top of that. Boom, an additional 20. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
All right, you're two-handing the hammer, so a 16 plus 1 radiant, so 17. 37 points on the smite.
Cool. I will accept that.
Let's
and that
go.
will be my turn, choosing to stay here. Turns out everybody just comes to Gitzi. She doesn't have to go anywhere. It's so much easier.
With their reaction, they do in fact become the leader.
God dang it.
As it sees the commander go down, it uses its ability as a Crow warrior to start shedding its exoskeleton and turning into a Crow commander.
Balls.
All right. They get that much HP. Noted. go in the initiative order as a 6. How the fuck did I get lucky enough to just roll it? This guy is out. No longer there. Doesn't exist. Anything else for your turn, Gitzi?
Nope. That should be good. Until it's not. Oh, he's... Yep.
Oh, it's not good. This is not good. Oh, shit. I can barely keep up with these guys. Arcane recovery.
Mistakes were made.
No, I feel that to my core. I feel that to my core right now.
Okay, recovery. Get a 5th level spell back because we can't get a 6. Okay, here it goes again. Fuck. Roll my d20. Come on, man. Come on, crit for me for once. Fuck. Mass cure wounds. Wrong one.
Oh.
Mass healing word. Come on, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Better. Thank you.
And now I'm going to send my full chalice to Gitzi since he's in the danger zone.
Rook sits up and pulls that spear out of his chest.
He's fine. I'm in the danger zone. You're fine.
Pulls a little
boy.
esclave out of his chest.
You're a little kebab hanging out over there. No one's even thinking about you.
Did you see the head before you went out, or did you get to see it once you come back up?
Oh no, he saw it before he went down.
Well done. Hey, you guys have made a very easy turn for me.
Kill us. We're dying.
Holy shit, man. I don't think I've ever cranked out that many mass cure back to back.
After another. The most killable group out there.
Asher, it is your turn.
This is not good.
Jin is going to look back at you. Fucking burn him, Asher! Fuck!
Asher notes that.
It's what I would do as Jin.
Starts to like cast a spell and then like looks at Jin and just stops and lets it like fade. Okay, this one's gonna be a doozy. As you see him just kind of like his arms go sideways and you see this like bead of like red hot energy just start to go, and he just holds it and holds it and holds it as you can see him just mustering as much as he can, and then he sends this bead streaking off behind the two, and I will heighten spell Fireball. So they have disadvantage on the saving throw, which I assume is just a straight up roll because they have advantage on everything.
All right.
It's a dex save of 17, but I'm heightening it with my subtle or my meta magic one use. So DC 17 dex save. Almost said sex save.
Heyo. It's getting hot in here.
30-foot radius. You're heightening this. Where's the center of this place at?
Oh, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely behind him. I don't know, like, the art, first off, is amazing, but I'm not quite sure, like, you know, it's like open space, so I'm like, I don't want to hurt the tree. I just don't, I can't tell if the art, if, like, I'm impacting the tree, because it seems like a really big space, but I don't know.
I'm so glad you're concerned about the tree.
Well, you know.
I mean, it's good.
It's the Feywild, and this is also a travel point of some kind, so... But yeah, it would be, I'm trying not to hurt Gitzi. That's like my primary concern, so...
Okay.
It's okay.
As you rip off this fireball, first concern is your own friends in line of fire, literally. But you also have the Feywild on your mind. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. It's a 9.
Oh.
I have a D10 left. I'll add it. Because, I mean, use it, right? I've got it for this one, so I'm gonna add it. Give me 7. 16.
16.
It's better.
Yelling back at you and seeing you concentrate. I have no idea what you're doing, but I want it to go boom. Jin is going to send you his die. Has no idea what you're even concentrating on. He just hopes that you're going to make these things go away.
As do I.
$19. That fireball erupts. Heightened spell. Crawl commander has advantage. Will now roll flat.
Oh, come on, man.
Swarm shot next to them. We'll roll at disadvantage. Will fail. And just as those flames rip across and head towards part of this tree, you begin to see the vines whip and lash out and begin to coalesce as a humanoid form begins to make its presence, and a long twisted staff comes out with a burst of green energy in a force field that goes up as you see Cyril for the first time since you've come back. Roll that damage.
All right. My man. Okay.
DC was 18.
That's 38 fire damage.
38 fire damage. 15 plus 4, so 19 against the commander. DTD on the swarm as they ignite.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about something. As a reaction, after I cast that, because I completely forgot I had this thing, and seeing it was, oh wait, Aelun just got healed, never mind. But I'm still gonna do it anyway, because he's messed up. I forgot, there's motes of flame floating around every single individual who has died. And I will use that flame to cauterize the wounds of Aelun. And I will give you back 8 HP.
Nice.
I forgot I had that. When I was looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a lot of dead bodies here. I should probably use that.
I only had a chest wound, and now I have a flaming chest wound.
And then, no, it heals it up. And then I just yell out, I tried not to hurt it, I swear.
I hear your calls, Asher. Protect the forest and save your friends. As that avatar of Cyril, just as it twists out, as quickly as it showed up, you can see it sinks and ripples through the tree as it wraps all the way back around, back towards where you're at. And you can see that force field of green envelop around you.
And I just turn and look at him and just say, hello, old friend.
Hello, friend.
And I turn back to the commander.
Anything else for your turn?
That will do it. I am pretty tapped on spells. So yeah, I was getting to the edge of my purview. So but yeah, that'll do it.
All right. Commander still up.
Can I use a protection on whoever it attacks?
With it now being legendary, will be more difficult. How do you impose after coming back up from being unconscious?
I was gonna chuck that bloody glaive at it.
Yeah, that totally checks out for Aelun. 100%.
Yep.
All right. Roll to hit.
What am I rolling?
On chucking a glaive, this will be just like throwing a spear or a javelin. So we'll use your, well, since you're a monk, you can do it. You can do it with your dexterity.
Okay, that's a +9. 18. Yeah, 18.
18. Will not hit.
I assume since he used a protection card, I couldn't use a protection card.
Only one. Yep. Though the hive is gone, one swing with advantage, the rest are flat. $26 slashing, 7 poison, 5 necrotic. So 38 total.
$38. Okay. I'm still up.
Second swing, which is flat.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, that's enough to put me down.
As Gitzi goes down on the back of her hippogriff. Thrall commander flies straight towards Rook. One last swing.
That hits.
15 plus 10, 25 points.
Got it.
Still up. Con save. DC 17. Oh, fuck. Top of the round, Josiah Marquis.
Good God. Jesus. Okay, yeah. Gonna fly my happy ass over here and give myself an angle on this. And we're gonna start with the dagger throw. $27 hit.
27 will hit.
It's gonna do 14 points piercing damage. And then I'm gonna pull out cross station.
Sneak
loaded
attack?
Oh, I forgot about sneak attack. I'm so hell-bent on my next move. 29. I'll pull out cross station, load a healing arrow into it, and I'm going to shoot Aelun.
Oh, going for the healing
missile.
one.
I deflect missile to the boss.
I don't understand.
What is your AC? Is it 20?
But one would argue that it misses Aelun but hits Gitzi. Who's behind
Now,
him?
the healing arrows, you don't have to hit AC. You have to be
No?
above 10. That's it.
We're willing victims.
Good.
Please heal me.
I'm right here.
Zing!
I'm dead. I'm not moving.
I thought, Aelun, I thought you were going to deflect it and throw it to Gitzi, is what I thought you were doing.
I was just joking, but I already used my reaction for the protection,
Don't worry.
which didn't work.
Well, good. Let that healing arrow sink deep and take all 8 points of that.
Wait, hold on.
Deflection
Is it a new round?
Yeah, this is top of the round.
Oh, well then I will reaction deflect it to Gitzi.
That's fucking dope.
I thought I
Oh, Gitz, you're now up with 8 hit points.
Now here's the deal. I'll let you aren't you able to add extra damage to it?
Thank you, Josiah. Took an arrow to the knee.
I don't think
guess
so.
that's a
I
good-
think
Okay,
it's
now you
just,
you just deflect it over. Cool.
I can reduce the damage in the raw, but we don't.
Okay,
usually
you
roll
can
it that
reduce
way.
the damage. I will let you roll that to add healing onto it.
Okay. Can we just roll the thing?
Yeah.
16 more.
Yeah, yeet!
Hell yeah.
That was a hell of a
That was
move.
easy.
1d10 plus 13.
That gets you 24.
Yep, that'll do
That's a
it.
badass combo.
I love that.
I was actually just thinking
creative
about it. No joke, in my brain before this, I was like, next fight, I should have Josiah shoot me and then deflect the missile at the boss.
Well, you got your wish this one.
Try it the other way.
Good God, you're
Literally was just thinking that.
infuriating. All right, shot, movement, heal. I'm spent until I use my reaction.
Aelun's turn. Rook's turn.
Okay. I guess I'll use those gauntlets to get rid of my poison, if I can.
Yep.
And then I will take 2 attacks with the Vorpal Sword. $23 on the first.
23 will hit.
Wow. 30 on the second. So 31 slashing damage. So 16. And then 5 lightning. So 21 total damage.
Still up. You can see chunks that you carved off of it from its transition kind of falling apart. It looks like shit. Ugh. Gitzi.
Mm-hmm.
Back up. Still poisoned.
Yep. I will try to hit it. Seems like the right choice to make right now. $21.
21 will hit.
Score. That will be 16 damage to begin, and then let's throw on
As you pop back up,
some divine
describe
smite.
their demise. Let's go.
Nice.
Unsuspecting, doesn't notice me. That hammer going straight up, almost like an uppercut, but there's no swinging motion just because I'm coming from like superhero movement up. Let's go with that. Yes. We win! Thank goodness.
It just splits that carapace as it slaws off and hits the side of the tree and slowly begins to drain down. I think they're all gone. I think that was all of them.
Did we
Yeah,
just
they're
have
not-
to kill all
great.
of them?
Oh no, there's many more.
We need to go.
Yep.
We need to go. We need to go now.
Oh.
Oh, but wait, I'm hungry. Fucking grab a handful.
Let's take the head of that one.
Rook grabs a leg.
It's got a
Barbecue
hole.
sauce.
Pretty good source of protein, I guess.
Oh.
Next time, guys, can we not stop until we actually get to port?
Listen, it doesn't matter if we take a moment to smell the roses. It's important. Something would have come to get us later anyway.
Yeah. Smell the roses, get stung by the bees.
Well,
I turned to Cyril. How did you know we were here?
Old trees have old ways of knowing, Aster. Your presence here is strong. But you need to leave this place. It isn't safe here for you.
Oh, so you know.
I know, my friend. We will have much to talk about soon.
Just know it was an accident. It wasn't supposed to go that way.
Fear not, my friend. Now, you won't be able to make it out by flying. You need to concentrate, Asher. Can you do this for me?
Yes, I can.
Like we did many times before. This time, You'll have to do it without me. Concentrate.
I don't know if I can. You were always there.
You can do this.
As it slightly pulls back on the edges of these vines and trees, opening up for you to try to cast Tree Stride for the first time. This will be a skill check challenge for you. Starting with a DC of 20.
Oh, and I'm out of inspo. Oh boy. Asher just like places his hand on the vines where they start to part. Respect the forest, respect the trees, respect nature, and then you'll see. As he starts to mutter in this incantation and tries to start this doorway portal. Is it a spell attack?
Spell attack.
Oof. Oh, that was scary. Oh, man.
As your magic begins to peel open the tree, you feel the vibration of more crawl coming.
Focus. Focus. Block everything around you out. Only envision the destination. I will try again.
DC 22.
I'm at a 20.
Jinrid, looking back, will toss his wheel die for you. Come on, Asher. Emboldened, opening up the last piece to get this portal for your friends to escape. The reverberation now, you can feel it in your skin. Hair raising up. DC 24.
As the rings come full circle, the bark is always worse than the bite. And, oh boy.
Ah!
Let's go!
The opening now, you can see it clear as day. To the rest of us, it looks nothing more like bark, vines, wrapped with wooden walls. But you know the way.
I turn. Follow me. Quick. Come close. You must move fast. Stay right behind me. And then I turn and I look at Cyril. It was good to see you, friend. We will talk soon. And I look at the portal in front of me. Thanks. For everything.
Soon, my friend. Soon.
And I step in.
Rushing through the portal. As we fly back behind Asher, it almost looks as if we're going to crash at any minute into the side of another tree. Going in, literally, Krell on our heels, glaives sinking into the tree back behind us as it shuts. ceiling. We can literally see the poison dripping off their glaives as we descend into almost this kaleidoscope like madness. As you slowly unlock the puzzle of wooden blocks over the course of 10-15 minutes. Finally, daylight as it opens back up. As you see the god rays dripping from up above, shining back down on Perry's encampment, high up in the trees, no longer in the twilight court, bathed in the sunlight of the Seelie, bulb in hand, party worse for wear, but all intact. You slowly begin to glide and circle descent back down into the camp. And that is where we will pick up next week. Let's go.
Woo, we did it. We're
Clutch
alive.
rolls, baby. Clutch rolls. Needed every little piece.
Yeah, no joke. Holy crap.
Jeez.
For every action in the Fae, there's an equal and sometimes even more disgusting reaction.
That's what I said.
But you made it out alive. GG's, beheadings, challenges. I love it. Be thinking about a small detour of dropping off hippogriphs and what you'll want to do inside the city when we come back next week. Thank you all. We'll hop to the after show. We'll see you tomorrow for Meteorian Core and Witchlight. We love you. Good night.